Ooh, £23,200 on optional extras. That's a bargain. Ooh, I did think my cup holder was too bright, so you get this is probably extra window cleaner. So welcome. This is our new Taycan. Well, it's not new, it's second-hand, that's what we do, but it's a Taycan 4S with this very distinctive wrap on it. What do you think of this? I want to hear all your comments below. Like it, hate it. If either, it's certainly distinctive, and that's why we're going to run this for a little bit. There's quite a lot of electric vehicle meets all throughout the summer, and we're going to attend as many of those as we can, and it's a bit of an attention seeker, isn't it? So my excuse is we're going to use it for a bit of advertising. Why not? Everyone looks at it, don't they? So yeah, it stands out. What we're going to do in this video, I think it's just a bit of an introduction really, just show you this car. It must be one of the most unique Taycans out there. We'll do a little bit of a walk around and show you a bit more of this wrap in detail in the flesh, and then run through some of the extras this car's got, because it's got an incredible £23,000 worth of optional extras on this. And I'll give you just a brief impression of what I think my verdict is of the car so far. I haven't driven it a great deal, certainly not pushed it hard, but I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse of what I think of it so far. So this is a Dirty Martini wrap. The car's originally white underneath, but all the panels on the exterior at least have been covered with this vinyl wrap. Inspired by the Le Mans 24-hour races, and the cars get really dirty, and then if you win you're not allowed to wash it, and all that kind of stuff. So you see the Martini stripes quite a lot on Porsches. Number 13 on this one. So all this kind of crazed effect is just all printed vinyl, then wrapped and cut around. Now we'll admit we do wrapping on quite a lot of the Teslas and some of the other cars we sell, but we didn't actually do this one. It was already like this. But yeah, so we come around the side, got all this dirty tar on the front. These wheels have been a couple of different colors in its lifetime. Originally black with the white outside. Then they were gold when I got the car. That was a little bit too strong for me, so I've gone with satin black so that they look dirty like the rest of the car. Although these are a bit bright white at the moment. The size of those calipers, more on that in a minute. So again, I'll wrap down the side. You can see how this is all kind of dirty satin black coming along here. Faded out Martini sticker sort of peeling off. Brings up the colours onto the back here. More dirtiness and stripes. So I plan to basically probably not ever wash this car, because then the more dirty it gets, the more effective it'll be, I think. So we're going to add some extra of our own stickers on this, hopefully get them dirty as well, just to tie it all together. So this is actually a 4S with a bigger battery. I'll go through those extras in a moment. I do like the rear end of this. I prefer the rear end of the Taycan to the Audi e-tron GT RS. And that was a nice car. I drove that down from Scotland for Car Wow. So if you've seen their video, I do like that car. But I think the back of the Porsche is nicer, but I think at the front, I actually prefer the e-tron GT slightly. But anyway, there we go. So we've got the stripes down the back here. Comes down, this is the boot opener button there, by the way. I don't really like, this is just sort of black satin plastic here, so you can't really wrap on that. And it does make this kind of feel a bit left out in the dark. I don't really like how this bumper sticks out there, but I don't think there's a great deal we can do about that. Maybe we'll paint it smooth and then do something with it. Then we come around here, it's much the same as the other side. So we've got the Martini stripes and then some side seals on this car. We might paint these brake calipers into blue. We've done it on some of our Teslas. One of our Teslas we run in the fleet, we've got the blue that we use in our logo is as a brake caliper colour, and I think that might work on this, so we may well do that. And then this one's got some tinted windows at the back as well. But let's run through the extras, because how on earth can you get an already expensive car and then spend another £23,200 on optional extras? Well, this car has it. Let me tell you what they are. Okay, I have in front of me the new vehicle order form with all the optional equipment added to this car. So it starts out as a Taycan 4S in white. The white paint, that was free. That's complimentary, apparently. But this black Bordeaux red two-tone leather interior with smooth finish leather, that was an extra £2,874. But yeah, it's pretty nice. We've got that in the back as well. Very good. Then what have we got? The sports design side skirts. As we can see here, £665 extra for these side skirts. Black plastic with a smooth bit of black plastic. Electric folding mirrors, £210 please sir. Side window trims in black high gloss finish, £245 please sir. Electric sports sound, Let's have that on, because I've got it. This was an extra £354. Performance Battery Plus, a bigger battery basically, because at 93 kilowatt hours, that was £4,613 extra over the base battery, which is 88 kilowatt, something like that. Ooh, now it's getting interesting. This has got the rear axle steering, which includes Power Steering Plus. This is £1,650 extra, but from the feel of the car so far, I think this could be one of the key extras to have. I'll show you a little bit more about that later. Automatically dimming exterior and interior mirrors. They're extra, £294 please. Panoramic fixed glass roof, £1,137. It is really nice, I'll give it that. But what I have noticed is that actually when you're driving, I sort of don't notice it because you've got this area here. You have to kind of go if you want to see it. But I think for anyone else in the back of the car, it's a really nice thing to have. So I like it. Ooh, windscreen with a grey top tint, £80. Has it got tint? Oh yeah, very faint, I think. Yeah, just ever such a slight faint tint along here. Well, that's £80 extra. That's a bargain. £354 for privacy glass. That's a bargain. Park Assist, including surround view, £1,002. And I have to say, I never find surround view cameras particularly useful, if I'm honest. What I do like, there's a little button here, and it washes the camera at the back. That is a good idea. I like that. And then there's lots of sort of different camera position, angle things here. You can't move that around like you can on some. Front, corner. But these are sort of such distorted images. I mean, what's this? There's a sort of wheel there, then a wall and gate. If you look here, it's completely different to that. But yeah, so I don't really like these that much, to be honest. I don't think that's particularly useful. Because this car here, which is parked about 2 meters away, looks like it's right over here. Anyway, £1,000 gets you that. If you want ambient lighting, that's £299 extra. But it does give you some adjustments. Now you can switch your colour, blue, orange. Let's go for Atlantis. It should be white, goes with the car. Let's go for Atlantis. Overall brightness, yeah, so 100%. So you can change the gradient. Oh, here we go. I did think my cup holder was too bright, so let me just turn that down a little bit. That's so much better. I'm really glad I paid extra money for this. Yeah, ambient lighting, there we go. Right, so what have we got next? We've got the 14-way electric adjustable seats with memory package. So if you want memory electric seats, that will cost you £1,170. Now the seats are pretty good. I kind of felt that they were firm when you first get into it, but they're good. What I'm surprised I don't think it has is adjustable side bolsters. Now, my Audi e-tron had adjustable side bolsters, and that's a great big SUV. I think with this car, it's the sort of car you would really appreciate adjustable side bolsters. And obviously within the kind of Audi, Porsche, VW group, they've obviously made adjustable side bolsters, so I'd love to have seen them in here. And also vented seats would have been nice. They're heated, but not vented. Although they've perforated, they look like they would be vented, but they're not. Amazing. I stand corrected. Hang on a minute. Those heated seats, they were extra as well. £308. Surely, on a car like this, heated front seats should be standard. Come on, Porsche. Unbelievable. Oh, there's more seat options. There's more seat. Right, you come in the back, I'll show you that. So this has got a 2+1 rear seat system, so you can also sit here. There's a seat belt for it here. Maybe I'll try that in a minute. This is extra. This is an extra £336. And then if you want the Porsche crest on the headrest here, that's also extra at £320. Let's try this extra seat. Let me just see here. Because actually I find these seats pretty good, and actually they've got these cutouts here for your feet, as in cutouts in the battery, I think. But let's just try this middle seat. Okay, this middle seat is for infants only. Let's see if I could. And literally, you could slide off of this in an instant, but I guess for very occasional use, it's okay. But yeah, not for long. Okay, you can spend a lot of money in this corner of the car, well, the four corners. So this has got a 21-inch Mission E design wheels, which are £3,000 extra. And that is in combination, and I think you have to combine the two, with these large brake discs and calipers. These are Porsche surface coated brakes with the white calipers. That was £2,105. But look at these calipers, they're absolutely massive. I've never seen anything like it. And apparently it's the biggest caliper Porsche have ever fitted to a car. They do seem very good. And this surface coating stops corrosion on the disc, because electric cars don't really use brakes that much and they can corrode, but apparently these are coated so they don't. They do seem like very good brakes, I'll give them that. If you want this, gold instead of this, that's £150 extra as well. So you can spend a lot of money on the wheels, brakes and badges on your Porsche. Very nice, but the powered charge port cover, £443 extra. That's kind of cool though, I'll give them that. What is quite good is there's a charge port on both sides, but it's only the CCS on this side. However, from driving the Audi e-tron GT, I don't think it's a particularly good place to put it on the car, because what we've found is often you pull up to a fast charger and the stand's in the middle and you kind of have to drag the cable round and get it here, and not even park in the bay properly. I had to actually park across two bays to connect these cars a couple of times. So nice little design, slightly inconvenient location, I think. I better not quote a price, I'll get in trouble with Porsche, won't I? It's probably extra. And I think there's something in here. Maybe this is free, a towing eye and a what is this? First aid kit. Yeah, that's probably extra. Right, that's the release of the boot. Power tailgate, I think that is standard. Possibly stand corrected, but I think that's standard. There's a little bit of storage under here, not vast amounts, and then a reasonably practical boot space, and the seats do fold, which I like a lot. That's good, very convenient, including a separate middle section for like ski hatch. Very good. £788 buys you the Sport Chrono package, which includes this. And a little useless fact, when you lock the car, this goes back to 0, but when you unlock the car, it goes back to the correct time. Kind of cool, useless fact. But what I don't really get is, with the Sport Chrono package, not just that on the dashboard, you then get the drive mode selection on the steering wheel, and I think that should be a standard thing. And I think as part of that package it also includes the individual drive configuration, so I think that should all be standard really. I do like the driver's instrument cluster. There's quite a few options on here for what you display and how you display it, and you have to use the steering wheel buttons to scroll around different versions of this, which you get used to. It's taken me a while to choose exactly what I like, and you select that one, and then you can show your G-force here. You can also show here what power the wheels are going to, what the maximum G-force is. Blimey. See, I'm still getting used to this. Look here, so is it sending power to the rear wheels or front? That can change. You can change all this. So I do quite like that. That's nice clear graphics, nice bit of mapping. This bit, well, I find that I'm driving with this bit up most of the time, because when the chassis is low, you do have to get it to at least medium or lift to get over a lot of speed bumps and stuff like that in the UK. And then there's a few different standard settings based on which drive mode you have the car in. It's not particularly intuitive. The whole infotainment system I find here not brilliant. It's, you know, I'd love it to be a real simple single display in the middle here, much more like a Tesla. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay. Good, well done, like that. Is that free? Probably an extra, I'm not sure. In fact, there was an extra to do with the phone. I think that was the no, stand corrected, mobile charger connect, that was a charge cable. There is a wireless phone charger in here, but like the Audi e-tron GT and the Audi e-tron SUV, it's just in a most ridiculous position. So you want to put your phone in here and you kind of have to bend your elbow around the wrong way. So what you find here is that your mobile phone, really, you just put in a cup holder, which isn't brilliant. There isn't anywhere particularly good to put your phone. You certainly don't want to, you get in the car and you go like this and feed it into there. It's awkward. Behind this screen here, you bring the camera down here a little bit, there's a shelf. You can't do anything with the shelf because it's just a smooth shelf and stuff just falls off of that. You also can't just adjust the air vents. This doesn't move.
you can do something in here, but you're driving along and you have to choose something different. Swipe left, swipe right, climate. Here we go, now you can have focused air or diffused air.
You'd get charge cables as standard, surely. No. If you want the, what they call it the mobile charger connect, i.e. the box that you can plug into a 3-pin outlet or domestic charger outlet. Slightly different countries, but in here in the UK, 3-pin. This is an extra £767. Surely you get a normal Type 2 cable as standard. No, that's £210 extra, please, sir. I think you might get, hang on, oh, you get, this is probably extra, window cleaner. Don't want to sound too negative, it just seems a ridiculous amount of options, lots of money, but when you drive this car, then it starts making sense. I have to say, I really come to be liking this car. The more I drive it, the more I really appreciate it. So there's a couple of elements to this which really stood out to me, and that is, as I go along this really bumpy road now, this country lane just next to our unit, the suspension in its normal mode is really absorbent. It really is absorbing all these big ridges and bumps, and I can feel hardly anything in here. Even with these massive wheels and thin tyres, it's an extremely comfortable cruiser. I found that driving that e-tron GT down from Scotland, that it really is a smooth ride. It's an amazing difference. It's one of the few cars I've driven where switching between damping modes makes a proper difference. So in comfort or normal, it's brilliant, very smooth. Then when you go to the sports setting, you can feel it all firms up, and it's still actually really absorbent. The car can lower down as well and hunker down onto the road. There's so much grip, you're never going to explore anywhere near the limits on the road. If you do, then you're absolutely crazy. So I think I'm going to get this on track soon. See a video about that coming up. I've got some plans for that. But when you go to sport mode, it is good. I'm now in that mode. It's still absorbing these bumps. I can whisk it along. It's just got a nice feel about it. It hides its weight really well. The steering is great. It feels very agile. It doesn't feel its size and weight like it should do, really. So it does have these two distinct driving modes, and that's one of the things that has really impressed me about this car over any other performance cars I've driven, or cars with adaptive damping. Never really makes too much odds. And then when you get to some of these tighter corners like now, I think you can feel that rear wheel steering. It really just brings the car around nicely, and we're trying to film that, and we'll try and put some overlays on that. That's hard to capture, but that four-wheel steering as well, in town you do notice it does have an incredibly tight turn-in circle. So I'm not going to go on too much about my thoughts of it, and I haven't done a vast amount of mileage, but basically I'm very impressed. It does drive really nicely, I'd give it that. Now this isn't the Turbo or the Turbo S, but it has relentless punch to it. It's very, very good. So it does feel like, even this one feels like Tesla Model S P100D type territory. And then the sports sound, what are people's opinion on this? Well, I'm going to turn it on. I don't know if you'll hear it from the microphone. I've just switched it on now. If I try and find a gap to accelerate. Ooh, I really like it actually. I think it's great. Yeah, it's fun. It gives a bit more, I don't know, atmosphere to it. It does feel like a proper Grand Touring sports car. And for that, yeah, I really do quite like it. Ooh, as we slow down, even as you brake, it makes noises. Turn around this corner here. You can hear that, I hope. Oh, it's so planted, it's so controlled. So there we are, our introduction to this very unique, I think you'll agree, even if you like it or don't like it, it's unique Porsche Taycan. Yeah, it's a very interesting car. Obviously the options list is incredible, but there's going to be lots more videos on this, as you can probably tell. This is just really an introduction to this car and what we think of it so far. And let me know what you think. Thumbs up, like the video, give us a comment below of this very distinctive Taycan and your opinion. It's an incredible amount of money for a car, but then it's a pretty incredible car as well. So if you can justify the money, then it's fantastic. Lots of videos to come, including we've got some track time planned for this car. So let's get it on a racetrack and try and explore some of its limits properly, because you can't do that on the road. And we're going to be doing a few events throughout the summer in this vehicle, so come and see us at some of those. Most of the EV events in the south of the country we'll try and get to. Firstly, the London to Brighton Electric Vehicle Rally on the 18th of July. We'll be in that rally and finishing up in Brighton on the seafronts, all closed off for electric vehicles, so come and check us out if you're in the UK and you're able to attend that. And then, I don't know, we want to try and do, for example, John O'Groats Land's End Challenge, try and beat the current record held by an electric car for how fast that challenge can be done, but mainly based on the limited amount of charging time. And with the incredible charging speed of this can do 264 kilowatts we've had out of one of these on a 350 kilowatt charger, so it does charge incredibly fast. When we drove the e-tron GT, we added 50% of its battery capacity in 11 minutes, so I think this stands a pretty good chance at all the long distance challenges. But we'll do some range comparisons, everything we can do, so stay tuned, stay subscribed to this channel. Thank you to everyone who is already subscribed, really appreciate all your support. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as well. We'll put the links of those in the description below. And what else do you want to see on this Taycan? Let us know, we'll do our best. See you soon, thanks for watching.